What's going on YouTube? My name is Diesel and today we're back in virtual reality in a new game, if you want to call it that. It's more of an experience, more of an artistic way to get your music out in a program called Soundstage. It's on Steam right now, early access, $9.99 right now, and it really helps if you have some sort of musical background, because this will turn you into a virtual DJ, a virtual EDM producer, or even just a regular music producer, because we have all kinds of things like sequencers, samplers, different kinds of cards to put in for sound effects. You can move it around. You can make a virtual studio in your virtual world, and you don't even need to buy all the equipment. You just need $9.99 and a VR headset. We have an E-kit. What? We can play some drums. We have controllers as well. Woo. I'm hitting some. What am I hitting? Oh god. Mistakes have been made. Let's turn that down. Ooh. But it has all kinds of things in here. We hit the little circle bear. We can set our beats per minute right here. If you want to come up with a song and you already have a studio set up, you can go ahead and you can change the beats per minute right there. We have keyboards, sequencers, maracas, control cubes, tapes, splitters for chords, oscillators, speakers, samplers, and recorders, mixer board, and drum. You can literally make your very own recording studio. I mean, it's crazy. In virtual reality. It's amazing. On the moon. On the moon. Alright, let's check out these drums since everyone always wants to see. Boom. Very, very cool. The drum head goes to a sampler. The sampler has a card in it right there for a certain kick. What kind of kick do we got here? We have a snare 09. So boom. Come on. Hold on. Come on. Feel the noise. I can't sing and say it at the same time. I can't do it. But you can try to do it inside of your virtual world here. So, if we want to go ahead and check out a couple other little rhythm examples, we have this as well. We have the maracas. The maracas go in from one line into a splitter. Splitter goes into an oscillator to create a certain kind of noise, and the oscillator then goes into a speaker, otherwise you can't hear it. Same thing over here. Maraca goes into a splitter. Splitter goes into a sampler. Sampler has a card in it that plays a sound effect. As you can see, the waveform right there, into a speaker. Let's go ahead and grab these. Oh, let's grab this there. Oh! These aren't maracas. They're from another planet. I think I was probing one of these back in the day. Gross. Okay. Let's see what we go here. Now, of course, with sound effects and oscillators, you can hit it up with a little beat pad here. So you can set up an E-kit, pretty much for the most part, where you can have your own separate little pads as well, just to play sound effects. Very cool. And you can always, let's move this forward here. You can change the sound effect. You can change the way everything sounds. Now, if you are photosensitive epileptic, you're probably going to have some issues with this game, with this, because there's a lot of flashing lights, a lot of strobe effects that are going on in here as well. I have to turn this way because I don't want to get wrapped up with the cord. Same thing over here. Pad goes into a sampler. Sampler can then go into a speaker, or you can just let it roll. You don't have to plug in the sampler, and boom, that'll play the kick drum for you. Boom. Let's do and try a synth sample. A synth sample. We have keyboards. We can move our waveform around here. And if you have any questions about what certain things do, We have a little couple hints. Control the shape of the signal with the line graph. Touch the keys. I'm not pressing any triggers or anything like that. We are actually just hitting the keys. We turn it from low to high. It's terrible. I'm terrible. But the certain sound that comes from it, we can we get there? Yeah, we can. Turn it up. But same thing, input from here. This gives it the sound. We can always change it around, make it a little bit. Oh. Give it a little bit. Oh. Hey, let's turn the bass down. Woo. Let's see here. I always wanted to do that. All right, and we can also go into our sequence sampler. Oh, am I being held up by aliens? Is this real life? What's happening? All right, this is the one demo that gives me a little bit of issues. Let's go ahead and we'll make a new one. Confirm. Okay. Because my little bounding box, I don't have a whole lot of space here, but I do have a 6x5 area, but the samples for the sequencer come up like they're in my dresser. They're in like one of my cabinets, if you will. So I can't like open it up and get in there. It's a pain. So what do you say we make our first little studio here? So here's what we're going to need. I'm going to make a virtual drum kit. Let's just do it. Put that there. Set this up right there. Put that there. Let's do a 3-tom kit. We'll do a little bit of a hi-hat here. We can make them as tiny as we want, as big as we want. Put some cymbals there. And we'll shorten those up. Shorten them up. Just make them smaller. Okay. Now we can do toms. Tom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just go ahead and we'll add a big one. This will be a kick. This will be give it a little bit of a kick. You know what I mean? So, samplers. Need some samplers over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. So we need 7 samplers. Okay, now we're going to need some cards. So, some tapes, if you will. Let's go ahead and we can put this up. Now, there are all kinds of different sound effects that you can get your hands on right now. Drums electronic, drums acoustic, glitch, noises, sci-fi noises, and vocal hits as well. So, say like, boom. Come on now. And then we can just take these, put those in the, and test them out to see if we like the sound. And of course we could also play around with but you know what, we're just going to go with a straight drums. So let's go to drum acoustic. Now we have to plug these bad boys in. So let's start with the toms. Let's go to tom 1. Oh, we got to go around here. Then we'll go to tom 2. Always best to go behind, so that way you're not distracted by all the neon chords that will be plaguing you. I can guarantee it. Let's go around and in. Alright, now we're going to go to the hi-hat. Let's go right here for crash cymbal number 1. And crash into me cymbal number 2. Oh, let's do it, number 2. Now, we can take our, let's take a little hi-hat. Y'all want to get high? Tal, you're the worst character ever. Oh, no. The kick. Give it a little kick. That is the 4th one. Yeah, I like it. Let's see here. We can always test it out. Make it a little deeper. Now I have noticed that there is some sort of a little bit of a glitch whenever you play certain sounds. So say like, see that here, we heard the little sound that makes a kind of like electronic sounding thing. It shouldn't be making that noise. Let's see if we can get rid of that. Okay. Let's get rid of you. And the only way to get rid of the glitch is if you just reconnect it with a whole brand new sampler. That's what I've noticed. That's what I noticed has helped. So let's go to the kick 5. Is that the correct one? Yes. See, and now that little sound is gone. We get a nice little kick drum sound, the one that we're kind of messing around with. And I noticed that when you try to mess around with the hertz of it, that's when it starts throwing things off. So let's get rid of that kick. I don't know if I like that kick. Let's give it a good kick with let's go kick 1. Let's go with OG kick. Alright, now we're going to need 2 toms and a snare. Let's go with snare here. It's alright. What about you? I got nothing. Hold on. It's a little light in the pants. I don't know if I like that. There we go. Good stuff. As far as toms go, I don't know Tom, but if I knew him, where would he be? Kick, open hat, snare, 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 kick, snare, 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 snare. Looks like we're gonna have to go with some toms over here. Tom 1. Ooh. Okay. And then tom 3. Alright, let's see if we can go with a different kind of kick. I think this is about as good as we're going to get here. Alright, so we need a crash. Last crash. Sounds good. How about this different hi-hat here? Playing around. There we go. So now you can play your drums without having to bother your parents. Boom! And not a single lesson. So, if say we want to make an actual recording studio, well, you're in luck, because we can take a mixing board and we can pretty much plug everything. Hello, thank you, appreciate that. I know how to use the mixing board for the most part. We can spread this out, we can make it bigger, and then you can eventually take all of these, put it into a certain mixing board, and then output it to a recorder, and then record your samples. Now, I don't know if you can input samples or you can export them yet. It just came out. The game just came out, so you can go ahead and play around with it. But for the most part, at the current time, it really is a little bit stuck when it comes to creating it. But if you have a thing like OBS, you create an entire thing. If you record, gameplay, you'll be able to get the audio off of this. So if I want to make something that's like 120 beats per second, per minute, there we go. And let's get a sequencer. Now, sequencers, this is just your basic automatic drum machine. If you want, you can place this here, and then these can go to some separate samplers. Let's go here, sample, and then maybe go to another sampler here. Let's go to a sampler. Boom. Okay. So now we can take this chord, wrap it around. It's one input. Take this, wrap it around up to here, and then we can just go ahead and make all kinds of weird noises. Let's see here. And since it's 120 beats per minute, it goes at that rate. So that's how the sequencer gets all your shenanigans. Let's see, go for sci-fi. Disco Zappa. I want to try that. Woo! Okay. Oh! I don't know if I like that. Let's just make a regular... Oh, black hole. Let's just make a black hole. Adds a little ambiance. Could do that. Computer active. Oh! So you can do pretty much anything. The world is your oyster. Let's go electronic though. Let's grab another kick. Let's go ahead and then we'll do a... Don't know if I like that. We'll do a little snare hit. And I don't like that either. But you can pretty much do your do your hi-hat. Let's do a little hi-hat here. Yeah. Boom. Boom. And say if you don't even want to play at all and you just want to mess around with some beats, some sounds, by all means. Oh! Come on now. Can you feel it? Feel it. But you can pretty much come up with different sound effects that you could put in here and mess around as much as you want. Throw in a bunch of different things. You could take these, the outputs can then go into here. You can then output this into a bunch of speakers. Speakers! Oh, what am I doing? You can make all kinds of speakers. You can make them all wild. You can do everything you want to do. Boom. Let's put these up here. Let's put you right there. Let's put you right there. Let's have these little symbols right here. These little symbols right there. Boom. So now you can output these. Okay, we're good on there. But also you can speed this up. Slow it down. And turn it off. To your heart's desire. Alright, so say we want to output this snare. Let's output the snare into... No. Where is it? Right there. We'll take this tom. The tom. Put that there. Take this. Let's just throw it into there. And we'll take the kick drum. The kick drum is the big drum. So we got to put this right here for you. Boom. We could also take this. We'll have a hi-hat right there. Let's go underneath it all. Underneath it all. So now when you play, boom. I'm not a single lesson. But I do have the feeling like these are gonna hit, so I have by like the drummer instinct kind of kicks in. So you're like, I can't cross these, but it doesn't really matter. You can go ahead. Now I wish that we could have something where I don't have a foot controller or anything like that, but we can put a tom down there so we can hit it, kick it like a kick drum, but it was not meant to be, folks. I think this is pretty dope. It's a really cool idea. I don't know how feasible it is because if you're if you're sick and tired of sitting at a laptop every single day making beats, now you have an alternate option to go ahead and make you sick tracks and bring them up. I think this would be a cool idea if you're an EDM artist and you're thinking about making a video. If you could somehow find a way to recreate your song inside of this and just get after it, you know what I'm saying, man? I think that'd be kind of cool to see. But the possibilities be endless. We haven't even touched on all the other things like the maracas we hit, keyboards we haven't messed around with, oscillators because they're weird sounding, splitters, tapes, cubes, maracas, and the recorder. Folks, the world is our oyster. If you enjoyed this, make sure you hit that like button. It helps my channel ever so much more than you know. And if you like it, hold on, it's pretty wild. Hit subscribe. New videos are coming out every single day, every single week, folks. Have a great day, afternoon, evening, a good night. Peace out, like, shout, y'all, and I will check you out right here again in Soundstage next time. Oh, yeah. Feeling good about it. I'm going to play you guys. I'm freaking out, man. I'm freaking out.